why cannabis isn't legal. A lot of people wonder this. A lot of people talk about this. But to really understand, you got to think about it from the point of view of why they made it illegal in the first place, which was a whole bunch of racism. And not just racism, but it was propaganda used to do the whole thing with keeping the corporations rich for the paper mill, because they didn't want to switch over to hemp. So they started a whole bunch of propaganda. You know, that was the big one. What was the name of that film? It was really funny. Shit, I can't remember. It was really funny propaganda film. And like Reefer Madness. This shit was funny. But the thing is, the reason it's still illegal now is because all this law enforcement and all these senators, the senators don't want to admit they're wrong, and the law enforcement doesn't want to lose their jobs. And at the same time, that's why they still kind of like push the production of drugs too, not just here, because like, you know, the CIA they did the whole thing with the Iron Contra. They did cocaine, and they helped create the cocaine, help move all the cocaine. It's very similar with every single drug. It's because like when they do it, it's easier to send all these people to jail and have them be because they make money for each person in jail, and it's easier to send all these people to jail than educate everybody. And it's easier to do that and keep the rich people rich and the poor people poor, because if you have a whole bunch of educated people, they're going to want to stop everything. And that's the same reason why drugs are so easy to get and they're so easy to make. Like, we'll take heroin for example. You could go to the supermarket and go get McCormick poppy seeds and start making your own heroin, like, within a few months. I mean, you gotta have a lot of poppy plants to make a decent amount of heroin, but at the same time, like, you could still do it. And the same thing with mushroom spores for psychedelic mushrooms. You easily go do that. I mean, you don't really have to worry about that too much with cannabis, because cannabis is so widespread. It's very easy to find the seeds. But even here, like, I mean, I could go order a whole bunch of seeds from the Netherlands and have them shipped to me, and it'd be really simple, and they'd be like, you know, grade A seeds. And it's just really easy to make all these drugs, and they make it easy because they want to tax you, not just like in a different way, you know, because they're still going to get the money regardless, because as soon as they incarcerate you, you're being taxed for the incarceration of the people, and they're also getting paid for the free labor. And these corporations are using this to take advantage of people, because it's more costly for them. Like, they get more proceeds, especially to the very top, instead of around the whole board, to arrest people instead of rehabilitate them. And that's one of the biggest reasons cannabis is illegal. And not only that, is like I said before, if you make cannabis legal, like just like if you made it legal right now, you gotta remember all the law enforcement people that aren't gonna be needed. Like, that's a whole branch of work that's gonna be gone. And while legalizing is going to create more work and it'll create more revenue, at that same time is more going to schooling, and like, because you gotta look at Colorado and Washington D.C., all this money is going to schools, and it's huge business, and it's lowered crime rate, but all those corporations are not making that money anymore, and they don't want that. That's why they're going to lobby for keeping it illegal most of the time. Not all the corporations, because some corporations already have it set up like, oh yeah, as soon as cannabis becomes legal, we're just going to sell them like cigarettes, and we're going to make a shit ton of money. And like, but at the same time, you know, cigarette companies, they probably don't want that all the way. I mean, they're going to go both ways with it. There's probably executives on both sides in that corporation, because you got to remember, the cigarette sales might drop because more people smoke weed, but and weed's easier to grow. And also, I think a big reason is because they don't want it to become legal and have everyone growing it themselves, because they're going to start growing everything else themselves, which is another big thing. The agriculture industry is huge, and it's another way for corporations to just take advantage, and like, they're not going to be getting our food's not going to be as poisoned. So it's a lot to think about, and there's more to it than that. I'll probably make another video about it, but for now, you all have a good day.